Mastering your emotions with timeless Buddhist wisdom. In life, emotions can feel like an endless roller coaster. One moment, we're at peace. The next, we're caught in waves of anger, fear, or sadness. Sometimes it feels as if our emotions control us, dictating how we react to every challenge, every conversation, and every moment of uncertainty. But what if we could master our emotions instead of being ruled by them? Buddha once said, "The mind is everything. What you think, you become." This profound teaching reveals a timeless truth. Our thoughts and emotions are not permanent. They rise and fall, just like waves in the ocean. And if we understand and manage them well, we can cultivate a mind that remains calm, clear, and resilient, no matter what life throws at us. In this journey, we'll explore practical Buddhist teachings that help us control emotions, not just through meditation, but through simple daily practices that anyone, regardless of background or beliefs, can apply. This is not about religion, it's about self-discovery, emotional mastery, and inner peace. Imagine waking up each morning with a steady heart, responding to life's challenges with wisdom and patience, rather than being overwhelmed by stress or frustration. Sounds too good to be true? It's not. This transformation is possible when you learn to observe your emotions, understand their impermanent nature, and train your mind to respond instead of react. So whether you're a busy professional, a parent juggling responsibilities, or someone simply seeking a more peaceful life, these teachings will offer you tools for lasting emotional resilience. Let's begin this journey together, one mindful step at a time. Understanding emotions. Through Buddhist wisdom. Emotions are a powerful force in our lives. They shape our decisions, influence our relationships, and even affect our well-being. Yet, Buddhist philosophy teaches us that emotions are not fixed. They are ever-changing, just like the seasons, the clouds in the sky, or the waves in the ocean. This impermanence, known as anicca, is a fundamental Buddhist teaching. It tells us that no matter how strong an emotion feels in the moment, whether it's anger, fear, sadness, or even joy, it will eventually fade away. But here's where many of us struggle. Instead of accepting emotions as temporary, we either cling to pleasant emotions, hoping they will never end. Resist unpleasant emotions, trying to push them away or ignore them. Both of these tendencies lead to suffering. Clinging creates fear and anxiety. What if the happiness disappears? Resistance leads to frustration and stress. Why can't I stop feeling this way? Buddha taught that the key to emotional balance is mindful observation, learning to see emotions as they are without becoming entangled in them. How to observe emotions without getting caught in them. Buddhism offers a powerful method for dealing with emotions. 1. Acknowledge the emotion. Instead of saying, "I am angry," say, "Anger is present in me." This shift creates distance between you and the emotion. 2. Observe without judgment. Watch the emotion as if you were watching clouds moving across the sky. Instead of reacting, just notice it. Ah, here is sadness. Here is frustration. 3. Notice how it changes. Pay attention to how emotions rise and fall naturally. Even the most intense emotions will soften with time if we don't fuel them with resistance. 4. Return to the present moment. Bring your focus to your breath, body sensations, or surroundings. This helps you stay grounded rather than swept away by emotions. When we practice emotional awareness instead of emotional reaction, we begin to free ourselves from unnecessary suffering. So, rather than being controlled by emotions, we learn to observe, understand, and release them, leading to a mind that is calm, stable, and clear. Cultivating equanimity through meditation. In the chaos of daily life, we often feel like we are being tossed around by emotions, One moment, everything is fine. The next, something happens, and we are suddenly angry, anxious, or frustrated. This emotional instability drains our energy, clouds our judgment, and often leads to regretful actions. But what if you could remain calm and centered, no matter what happens around you? This is the power of equanimity, the ability to stay steady and unshaken in the face of both joy and suffering. In Buddhism, equanimity, upekkha, is a state of mind that allows us to experience emotions without being ruled by them. One of the best ways to cultivate equanimity is through meditation. How meditation helps stabilize emotions. Meditation teaches us to observe emotions without getting lost in them. When we sit in meditation, we become aware of our thoughts and feelings, but instead of reacting, we simply watch them pass by like clouds. Here's how it works. 1. Find a quiet place. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. 2. Focus on your breath. Pay attention to the feeling of air moving in and out of your body. 3. Watch your thoughts and emotions. As feelings arise, simply notice them without engaging. 4. Don't resist or cling. Instead of thinking, I need to stop feeling this way, say, I see this emotion, but it will pass. 5. Return to your breath. Each time your mind wanders, gently bring your focus back to your breath. At first, this may seem difficult, but with practice, you will start noticing that your emotions lose their grip over you. Meditation creates a space between stimulus and reaction, giving you the freedom to choose how you respond rather than being controlled by impulses. By meditating daily, even for just 5 to 10 minutes, you will develop a calmer, more resilient mind. Over time, situations that once triggered stress or anger will no longer affect you as deeply. As the Buddha said, just as a solid rock is not shaken by the storm, the wise remain unmoved by praise or blame. Through meditation, you cultivate the inner strength to stay steady, no matter what life throws at you. Letting go of attachments. One of the greatest sources of suffering in life is attachment, our tendency to cling to things, people, or outcomes in the hope that they will bring us lasting happiness. We often believe, if I achieve this goal, I'll finally be happy. If this person stays in my life, I will always feel secure. If things go my way, everything will be perfect. But life is constantly changing. Relationships evolve, careers shift, and circumstances never remain the same. When we become attached, we set ourselves up for disappointment, anxiety, and emotional pain when things inevitably change. Buddhism teaches that true peace comes from letting go, not in a way that makes us careless or unfeeling, but in a way that allows us to experience life fully without being controlled by our desires. Understanding the root of attachment. Attachment is rooted in illusion, the belief that something outside of us can bring us permanent fulfillment. But everything in life is impermanent. When we cling to impermanent things, we suffer because we are fighting the natural flow of life. Think about sand slipping through your fingers. The tighter you grasp, the more it slips away. Letting go doesn't mean not caring. It means embracing the present moment fully without trying to freeze it in place. Here's how it works. 1. Find a quiet place. Sit comfortably and close your eyes. 2. Focus on your breath. Pay attention to the feeling of air moving in and out of your body. 3. Watch your thoughts and emotions. As feelings arise, simply notice them without engaging. 4. Don't resist or cling. Instead of thinking, I need to stop feeling this way, say, I see this emotion, but it will pass. 5. Return to your breath. Each time your mind wanders, gently bring your focus back to your breath. At first, this may seem difficult, but with practice, you will start noticing that your emotions lose their grip over you. Meditation creates a space between stimulus and reaction, giving you the freedom to choose how you respond rather than being controlled by impulses. By meditating daily, even for just 5 to 10 minutes, you will develop a calmer, more resilient mind. Over time, situations that once triggered stress or anger will no longer affect you as deeply. As the Buddha said, "Just as a solid rock is not shaken by the storm, the wise remain unmoved by praise or blame." Through meditation, you cultivate the inner strength to stay steady, no matter what life throws at you. Letting go of attachments. One of the greatest sources of suffering in life is attachment, our tendency to cling to things, people, or outcomes in the hope that they will bring us lasting happiness. We often believe, if I achieve this goal, I'll finally be happy. If this person stays in my life, I will always feel secure. If things go my way, everything will be perfect. But life is constantly changing. Relationships evolve, careers shift, and circumstances never remain the same. When we become attached, we set ourselves up for disappointment, anxiety, and emotional pain when things inevitably change. Buddhism teaches that true peace comes from letting go, not in a way that makes us careless or unfeeling, but in a way that allows us to experience life fully without being controlled by our desires. Understanding the root of attachment is rooted in illusion, the belief that something outside of us can bring us permanent fulfillment. But everything in life is impermanent. When we cling to impermanent things, we suffer because we are fighting the natural flow of life. Think about sand slipping through your fingers. The tighter you grasp, the more it slips away. Letting go doesn't mean not caring. It means embracing the present moment fully without trying to freeze it in place. How to let go of attachments. 1. Recognize what you are clinging to. Oh, are you attached to a certain outcome in your life? Oh, are you holding on to a relationship that is no longer fulfilling? Oh, are you basing your happiness on external things, status, money, approval? 2. Practice non-attachment through mindfulness. Oh, observe your emotions when you feel fearful, anxious, or possessive. Oh, instead of acting on these emotions, watch them pass like waves. Oh, remind yourself that everything is temporary, even your strongest emotions. 3. Shift your focus to inner fulfillment. Oh, happiness doesn't come from clinging. It comes from accepting and appreciating what is. Oh, instead of saying, "I'll be happy when," start appreciating what you already have. Oh, find fulfillment in who you are, not what you own or who you're with. Practice letting go in small ways. Oh, let go of small expectations first, like expecting people to act a certain way. Oh, try decluttering your life, physically and emotionally. Oh, each time you feel yourself clinging, take a deep breath and release it. 5. Accept change as part of life. Oh, remind yourself that nothing lasts forever. Not joy, not pain, not even life itself. Oh, when something leaves your life, make space for something new. Oh, trust that life unfolds as it should, even when you can't see the full picture. The more you let go, the lighter you feel. Instead of holding on out of fear, you begin to move through life with openness and ease. As the Buddha wisely said, you can only lose what you cling to. By releasing attachments, we don't lose love or joy. We gain the freedom to experience life as it truly is, without fear or resistance. Compassion and emotional resilience. In a world filled with challenges, compassion is one of the most powerful tools we have, not just for helping others, but for strengthening ourselves emotionally. Compassion is often misunderstood as weakness, but in reality, it requires great inner strength. It allows us to face life's difficulties with an open heart, instead of shutting down in fear or frustration. The power of compassion in daily life. When we cultivate compassion, we don't just help others, we heal ourselves. It reduces stress, anxiety, and resentment, allowing us to approach life's challenges with greater clarity and peace. Compassion connects us to the world in a way that is meaningful and fulfilling. The Buddha taught that true wisdom comes from seeing the suffering in others and responding with kindness. The more we understand that everyone is struggling in some way, the more patient and loving we become, not only with others, but also with ourselves. How to cultivate compassion and emotional strength. 1. Start with yourself. Before you can show true compassion to others, you must learn to be kind to yourself. Let go of self-judgment and negative self-talk. When you make mistakes, treat yourself with the same kindness you would offer a friend. 2. Practice loving kindness meditation, metta bhavana. Close your eyes and silently repeat, "May I be happy, may I be healthy, may I be safe, may I live with ease." Then extend this wish to others. May you be happy, may you be healthy, may you be safe, may you live with ease. With time, this practice softens the heart and makes compassion your natural response. 3. See through the eyes of others. When someone frustrates you, pause and ask yourself, what pain might they be carrying? Most negative behavior comes from inner suffering. When you see this, it's easier to respond with patience instead of anger. 4. Respond instead of reacting. Emotional resilience means not letting others control your peace. When faced with conflict, pause, breathe, and respond calmly instead of reacting impulsively. Compassion doesn't mean allowing yourself to be mistreated. It means handling situations with wisdom and dignity. 5. Turn suffering into growth. When life is difficult, instead of asking, "Why is this happening to me?" ask, "How can this challenge make me stronger?" Pain is part of life, but with compassion, it becomes a tool for personal growth instead of just suffering. 6. Let go of expectations in relationships. True compassion is unconditional. It is not based on what others give us in return. When we expect others to always behave the way we want, we suffer. Compassionate people give without keeping score, knowing that kindness is its own reward. 7. Surround yourself with compassionate people. Spend time with those who uplift and support you. A strong community of kind-hearted people helps you stay emotionally resilient and centered. The strength of a compassionate heart. Compassion isn't just about being kind. It's about developing a heart strong enough to face life's struggles with grace. When you approach life with kindness and understanding, you find less stress and anxiety, more fulfilling relationships, greater inner peace, the ability to navigate challenges with wisdom. And the best part, compassion multiplies. The more you practice it, the more others around you will feel it and reflect it back to you. As the Dalai Lama said, "If you want others to be happy, practice compassion. If you want to be happy, practice compassion." When we train our hearts to be compassionate, we don't just transform our own lives, we help heal the world around us. Overcoming obstacles on the path to emotional mastery. Emotional mastery is not an overnight achievement. It's a lifelong journey. Along the way, we encounter obstacles that test our patience, resilience, and commitment to growth. However, in Buddhist wisdom, every challenge is also an opportunity for transformation. Embracing impermanence, the key to emotional freedom. In the intricate dance of life, change is the only constant. Seasons shift, rivers flow, and nothing remains the same. Yet deep within us, there's often a resistance to this truth, a longing for permanence in an ever-changing world. Buddhism teaches impermanence, anicca, as one of the fundamental truths of existence. This principle reminds us that everything, our emotions, thoughts, relationships, and circumstances, are in a constant state of flux. When we cling to what is temporary, we invite suffering. But when we embrace impermanence, we unlock the key to true emotional freedom. Why fear change? The fear of impermanence often stems from attachment to our identities, our possessions, and even our emotions. We want things to remain as they are, especially when they bring us happiness. But in doing so, we set ourselves up for disappointment. Consider how we react when life takes an unexpected turn, a lost job, a broken relationship, or an unforeseen challenge. If we resist and dwell on the past, suffering intensifies. But if we accept change as a natural part of life, we can navigate even the toughest transitions with grace and resilience. The path to embracing impermanence. 1. Practice mindfulness. Observe how thoughts and emotions arise and pass away, just like clouds drifting through the sky. Remind yourself, this moment is temporary, neither pain nor pleasure lasts forever. 2. Let go of attachments. Instead of clinging to what was, appreciate what is. Recognize that true happiness isn't found in external things, but in your state of mind. 3. Flow with life's changes. Like a river that adapts to obstacles in its path, cultivate flexibility. Ask yourself, how can I grow from this experience, rather than, why is this happening to me? 4. Reflect on the beauty of impermanence. Would life be meaningful if everything remained the same? The fleeting nature of life makes every moment precious. Cherish it fully. Freedom through acceptance. Impermanence isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace. When we let go of resistance and surrender to the natural flow of life, we free ourselves from suffering. In truth, impermanence is not a loss, it is a gift. It teaches us to live fully, love deeply, and let go gracefully. The more we accept this truth, the more we cultivate peace, joy, and emotional mastery. Transforming negative emotions into growth. Negative emotions are often seen as obstacles, something to be avoided, suppressed, or ignored. But in Buddhist philosophy, emotions such as anger, fear, sadness, and anxiety are not seen as enemies. They are powerful teachers. They reveal where we are clinging, where we need healing, and where we must grow. By transforming negative emotions into wisdom, we gain resilience, clarity, and emotional freedom. Instead of allowing them to consume us, we can use them as a pathway to self-discovery and growth. Understanding the nature of negative emotions. Buddhism teaches that suffering, dukkha, arises when we cling to what is pleasant and resist what is unpleasant. Negative emotions, when approached mindfully, are simply temporary waves in the ocean of consciousness. They come and go, just like everything else in life. Instead of reacting impulsively, we can observe, understand, and transform them into something beneficial. How to transform negative emotions into growth. 1. Acknowledge the emotion without judgment. Most suffering comes from resisting emotions rather than the emotions themselves. Instead of suppressing feelings of sadness, anger, or frustration, recognize them as part of the human experience. Say to yourself, I am experiencing anger right now. I acknowledge its presence without judgment. This simple act of awareness removes the power of suppression and denial. 2. Observe the emotion mindfully. Once you acknowledge the emotion, observe it with curiosity, not attachment. Ask yourself, where do I feel this emotion in my body? What thoughts are arising along with this feeling? What triggered this emotion, and is my reaction helpful or harmful? This detached observation creates space between the emotion and your response, allowing you to choose your reaction wisely. 3. Investigate the root cause. Every negative emotion has a deeper cause. Sometimes anger is just a mask for hurt, and anxiety is just unmet expectations. Ask yourself, is my anger about this moment, or is it connected to something deeper? Am I afraid of losing control, being rejected, or feeling vulnerable? By investigating the deeper cause, you shift from reactivity to understanding. Apply compassion to yourself and others. One of the most powerful ways to transform negative emotions is through compassion, both for yourself and for others. If you feel anger towards someone, consider what pain or misunderstanding might they be carrying. If you feel self-judgment, remind yourself, I am human and growth takes time. I deserve kindness too. Compassion allows us to see beyond the momentary emotion and respond with wisdom rather than reactivity. 5. Use the emotion as fuel for growth. Every difficult emotion is an opportunity for self-awareness and transformation. Instead of seeing emotions as obstacles, see them as teachers. Anger teaches us what we value and where boundaries need to be set. Fear shows us where we need to build courage. Sadness helps us appreciate life and connect with deeper meaning. Frustration reveals areas where we need patience or new strategies. By shifting our mindset, negative emotions become catalysts for wisdom and resilience. Real-life application, a simple practice. Next time you experience a strong negative emotion, 1. Pause. Take a deep breath and observe the feeling without judgment. 2. Acknowledge. Say to yourself, this is just an emotion. It will pass. 3. Investigate. Ask, what is this emotion trying to teach me? 4. Respond with compassion, either toward yourself or others. 5. Take constructive action. Use the emotion to learn, adjust, or grow. Final thoughts. Growth through emotional mastery. Negative emotions are not enemies. They are signposts guiding us toward deeper self-awareness. By facing them with mindfulness and compassion, we transform suffering into strength and pain into wisdom. Rather than letting emotions control you, you learn to control them. Not through suppression, but through understanding and transformation. This is true emotional mastery. Not the absence of negative emotions, but the ability to navigate them with grace and wisdom. Conclusion: the path to emotional mastery. As we journey through life, we inevitably encounter a vast spectrum of emotions, some uplifting, others challenging. Buddhist wisdom teaches us that emotional mastery is not about eliminating emotions, but about understanding, embracing, and transforming them. At the heart of this practice lies mindfulness, impermanence, and compassion. These principles allow us to navigate emotions with clarity, resilience, and inner peace, rather than being controlled by them. 1. Mindfulness teaches us to be fully present, observing emotions without attachment or aversion. 2. Impermanence reminds us that all emotions, good or bad, are temporary and ever-changing. 3. Compassion helps us extend kindness to ourselves and others, allowing emotional healing and growth. Through meditation, self-reflection, and wisdom, we cultivate inner stability so that external situations no longer dictate our peace. The key takeaway: emotional mastery is not a destination, it is a lifelong practice. Each moment offers an opportunity to grow, to respond with wisdom rather than impulse, and to deepen our connection with ourselves and the world around us. So, as you move forward, carry this wisdom with you. Accept your emotions, but don't be ruled by them. Let go of what you cannot control. Choose mindfulness over reaction. Respond to yourself and others with compassion. By integrating these lessons into daily life, you will not only master your emotions, but also cultivate a sense of deep, unshakable inner peace, the kind that no external circumstance can disturb. What would life look like if you no longer feared your emotions, but instead welcomed them as guides on your path to growth? This is the power of emotional mastery, a life lived with wisdom, presence, and unwavering peace. Thank you for being part of this journey toward emotional mastery. If these teachings resonated with you, consider sharing this wisdom with others, because in doing so, you contribute to a more peaceful and emotionally intelligent world. Subscribe to Wisdom Diaries for more insights on mindfulness, self-mastery, and Buddhist philosophy. Leave a comment and share which lesson resonated most with you. Like and share if you believe this message can help someone in their journey toward peace. May you walk this path with clarity, courage, and compassion. See you in the next video.